everybody, it's Christina and Cindy, and it's time for another edition of Rollin' with Ruby.
That's right.
It's been a little bit since we've done a Rollin' with Ruby.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. So Cindy and I are the co-founders of Adaptive Equipment and Caregiving Corner, and Cindy is a physical therapist and I'm a speech therapist, and we make videos to show people how to provide safe care, how to keep themselves safe while they are providing care for their loved ones. So family caregivers in particular.
Yes.
So we thought we would hop on here today, and we are doing our part-time jobs, and we work for an assistive technology program in our state of Illinois. And so we're on the road taking some equipment to some residents in southern Illinois. So we thought we would talk about what the AT program is in general. So AT stands for Assistive Technology.
Right.
Every state has an AT program, and there are some qualifications to being an AT program.
Right.
So you have to have 3 programs for sure. You have to offer 3 programs to be a state's assistive technology program, and those 3 programs are.
Yes, you've got to have a reuse program.
Reuse program, which is like a lending closet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So then people donate the equipment, so it's gently used equipment. So they donate the equipment, we refurbish it, and then we lend it out to residents of Illinois.
Yeah.
Free of charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you have to have a lending program. You have to we call it reuse. Then you have to have
demonstration center.
So a demonstration center is, so our headquarters is in Springfield, Illinois. And so you can come into the demo center, at IATP to the demo center, and you can look at all the pieces of equipment that we have available. You know, or that way you can kind of lay your hands on it and see if it's something that might work for you. So that's a demonstration center. There's a ton of stuff at ours, at Illinois Assistive Technology.
Oh yeah, it goes the whole gamut: vision and hearing and mobility and activities of daily living and sensory and gaming
computer
and all kinds.
Driving, we've got a little driving thing.
Right.
Bathroom, bedroom, all kinds of stuff. It is really cool. And so if you are in Illinois and you want to come to Springfield and take a tour, you just hop on Illinois Assistive Technology Program's website, which is iltech.org, and then you can kind of see all the programs that we offer. So you got to have a reuse program, you got to have a demonstration center, and you have to have device loan, which kind of goes hand in hand a little bit with the demonstration center.
Right.
So. But just because it's in the demo center doesn't mean you can borrow it.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's got to be in device loan.
It's got to be in the device loan program, right? So device loan. As a speech therapist, I used to use device loan when I was working with a patient. Maybe let's say they just had a stroke, and so maybe they lost their ability to speak. And so what I would do would be borrow a device that I think would work best for them. And then I would write a program or write a treatment for it and see if it would work with that individual and their family, because, everybody's not the same.
Right.
So every product doesn't work for everybody. So you could borrow it. So IATP would allow me to borrow it for 5-6 weeks.
Yep.
Let me work it into my program and see if it was something that would work for the individual, for my patient. And if it, and then whenever 5-6 week was up, then we just returned it.
Right.
And then I had a good sense of whether it was something that they could use, because some of that stuff is kind of expensive.
Yeah. So it just gives you a good trial to see if that's going to be helpful. Because why buy it if it's not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rather try it first. One thing I did want to say, Christina, is that sometimes people get confused when we say assistive technology and they automatically think like me. You'd automatically think, oh, I'm not tech savvy, that's nothing that's going to be for me. But when we're talking about assistive technology, we're really talking about assistive devices, and it could be the whole gamut from just what we call durable medical, like raised toilet seats or bathtub benches,
wheelchair.
or it can be the whole gamut, all the way to tech devices that help adapt for more independent living. So that's why I just wanted to clarify that, because a lot of people think technology. Oh no, I don't need technology.
You do. So we kind of use the two terms, assistive technology and adaptive equipment. We kind of use those systems synonymously. But before we started working for IATP,
Right.
yeah, I'm with you, Cindy. I didn't use them synonymously. It felt like it was AT had the word technology in it,
Right.
so I would call it. I figured it was two separate things, but it's not. So. So that's an excellent point. So Cindy and I work within the Illinois Assistive Technology Program. We have a department that we work for. When you work with like not-for-profits,
Right.
or especially if you're funded by the state or by the federal government, there's a lot of acronyms that fly around. Our boss uses acronyms a lot, and I'm still going, what? What does that stand for? So, but Cindy and I work in a department at IATP that's called ICC.
Yes, Illinois Care Connections.
Illinois Care Connections, yes. So it stands for Illinois Care Connections. And so the Illinois Care Connection is a program that is meant for Illinois seniors, which means 60 years
and over.
And over. And so tell us a little bit about the ICC program. So we know it's for seniors,
yes.
But there's two kind of buckets of money that we work with.
Right. So it's for any senior over 60, over the age of 60.
Right.
It does require a referral.
Yeah.
From either a AAA, which is the Area Agency on Aging.
There's that acronym again.
Yes, or a CCU, which is a community care unit.
Yeah.
They are the ones, the community care unit usually are the ones that come out and do an assessment. Now they are financially based. They do an assessment to see what your needs might be. They do assess finances and see what you may qualify for as far as homemaking services and things like that.
Yeah.
But so we have two areas of money because we want the program to be for everybody.
Yeah.
So one is the non-CCP, which is they don't receive help from the care units, and the other is for those who are receiving assistance from homemaker service, adult day service, those types of things.
So that's because we have to have a referral. We have to have a referral
For either or.
for either one of those.
Yes, it doesn't make any difference.
And the referral has to come from either the Area Agency on Aging
Yes.
in our area. So Illinois has, I think, 13 area agencies on aging.
Right.
And in where we're at in St. Clair County, our area agency on aging is called Age Smart.
Right.
And so anybody in our area would have could go through, to make the referral, could go through Age Smart.
Right.
We're headed to Southern Illinois, and there are a couple area agencies on aging in Southern Illinois, but one of the bigger ones is Egyptian Area Agency on Aging. And so they would make the referral. So they would get on our website, and then the Area Agency on Aging would make the referral, or the care unit, which is in our area, in the St. Clair County area, is the Southwestern Illinois Visiting Nurses Association. So a lot of you guys might be familiar with the Visiting Nurses Association. That could be a community care unit as well.
And then further down south is Shawnee Alliance.
Yeah. So those are the two referral sources that you have to be a part of this program. So then what happens is they make the referral. Then we look for the ones, because we're in Southern Illinois, so we go drive around Southern Illinois and help seniors in Southern Illinois. So we get the referral, make a call. You call the individual, find out what their needs are, but they usually the referral source, so the Area Agency on Aging or the care unit, will kind of have a general idea to make the referral what it is that you need. But we at IATP will give you a call, and then we will kind of go through those areas that you might need help with.
Because it is all individually based. It is client center based. It is based on need. So that's why you'll be called. If it's something that a therapist needs to kind of assess, you're called by a therapist, check that out, and go from there.
So our program, which I'm assuming maybe all programs for this, like with ICC, the Illinois don't even know what it stands for again. Illinois
Care
Connection. Care Connection,
Connections.
yeah. So we started off during COVID. We were giving out tablets to Illinois seniors to help decrease social isolation. So we were giving out those tablets. So and then once we got through COVID, then we started. The Illinois Department on Aging really liked the program, and so they started funding it for more different kinds of products and devices. So mobility, like we were talking earlier, mobility, devices for activity of daily living, augmentative and alternative communication devices.
Right. And the whole gist of the program is to try to assist seniors in being as independent as they can and being able to age in place.
Yes.
Safety in the home, independence in the home, staying in the home is
and helping those caregivers.
Yes.
Because that's kind of, that's kind of the thing too, where it's, the caregivers, the family caregivers in particular, are there caring for their loved one, and maybe a device or something would help with daily care, help keep them safe and keep their loved one safe. But it's really about keeping that loved one, that aging loved one, in place as long as possible.
Right.
So, so that's the ICC program. If you, let me just tell you this. So on our website, aecorner.com, we have a resource page, and we have 3 resources that we feel are helpful for people and caregivers, individuals and caregivers, that they really need to know about. And one of them is the National Directory to find your area agency on aging. So if you go there, you can click on there, you can find it by state, you can find it by zip code in town. There's also a resource on there where you can find your assistive technology program. Find your state's assistive technology program and get involved or reach out to them.
And find out what kind of programs they offer.
Yeah, because it varies from state to state.
Yeah.
You have to have those 3 programs.
Yeah.
But
some of the other ones, depends on what the state and federal, what state's funding, a lot of state funding or the federal funding.
What kind of funding they get.
But definitely check that out, because you never know what you might be missing out on.
Absolutely. And the third resource that we have available on our website at aecorner.com, our resource page, is a national directory of lending closets themselves. And there are lending closets all over the place. But the resource, if you go to aecorner.com on our resource page, you'll see there's a couple of resources of national directories for lending closets. So make sure you check those out if this is a program that you're interested in the AT program, Assistive Technology Program. So we thought what we would tell you today, then the next thing we want to let you know is, so we're out, as you can see, on the road. We're rolling with Ruby today. And we are making a delivery for the ICC program in Southern Illinois, and today we're delivering what kind of equipment today, Cindy? Let's talk about the equipment we're delivering.
We're delivering, we're going to go check out a magnifier, a visual magnifier.
Yeah, so magnifiers, you guys, magnifying glasses, like the old kind, like the Sherlock Holmes kind of with the magnifying glasses. They've come a long way, baby.
Yes, they have. Long way.
So now they're digital, and they still have a kind of a handle, but the handle sometimes will tuck away, and and it's all looks like a camera on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's
does,
and
it has a varying magnification. It does a lot of different things.
Zoom in and zoom out.
Yep. It can do color contrast. So if you see different letter colors versus the background color, it can change that and do those different things.
Yeah. So we're gonna go check out that situation and see what might work best for them. And what else?
And then we're gonna go check out someone that's having difficulty. We're gonna check out some like speech to text stuff.
Yeah.
And see what we can do there.
Yeah.
We're going to assess.
So kind of back to what speech therapy does. So kind of check out, is there a device that will help? Yeah. That where they can actually.
Yeah.
I know. I did
You're
that
the
last
therapist.
night.
You go ahead.
No, that's
and you
okay.
the speech therapist.
That's all good. Where you can actually type something into the device, and then it will say the sentence or the word. Think like Stephen Hawking. Whenever when he was alive, he used an augmentative and alternative communication device. So we're going to see if what kind of device might work, or even something low tech like a picture board where you would point to the picture
Right.
to try to help get somebody, at least get the main idea between two people that are trying to communicate, at least get the main idea. So we got that,
And then we're going to do. We're going to check out a Hemi walker.
a Hemi walker.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a video on our YouTube channel about Hemi walkers. And what is a Hemi walker? If you're on our YouTube channel, go to the search bar and type in Hemi walker, Hemi walker, Walker, Hemi walker. And Cindy talks a little bit about what a Hemi walker is, but we're going to see if.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
So a Hemi walker might be used if, let's say, you've had an injury or a stroke on one side of the body, don't have the grasp to hold on to a walker, but need some support when you're walking.
Yeah.
So oftentimes we'll try a Hemi walker on the dominant or the strong side.
Yeah.
Just to see if that would be enough support to assist in walking.
Yeah.
Since
Instead of the full-on walker,
Instead of the
where you
full-on
need
walker.
both sides to be able to advance the walker.
Right, you
The
have to
Hemi
be able to
walker's
hold on to,
smaller, and it's held in your side, unaffected side.
Yep. And sometimes you could throw in there a platform walker also.
Yeah.
But it just
we've got a video on that too, a platform walker.
Yep. But a platform walker, you actually attach a piece to a regular walker that is a trough that lets your arm, the weak arm, lay in that trough and kind of help guide the walker. It all just depends on the situation and the person and what the mobility of the affected arm is, what the strength is.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to kind of check out today.
Yeah. So that just kind of lends itself, I feel like. We get lots of questions on our social media channels about people will give us their specific situation and want to know what our advice is. And, this is a good time to say we can't tell you what we, because we haven't seen you, right? So you have to physically be there. So what we always do is we encourage you to talk to your primary care physician.
Right.
Get a referral to a physical therapist, occupational therapist. If you're doing something with speech or swallowing, get a referral to a speech therapist.
Right.
Because what we do as rehabilitation therapists is we will do an assessment on you and a full evaluation and get a history on you, and it will help us be able to create a treatment program that is customized to your specific needs.
Right.
Versus us just being here on YouTube and saying, and getting questions, and we can't, it's not.
We're here to give generalized, raise people's awareness. That's what we're here for. Yeah, we're here to raise people's awareness. But when it comes to the specific situation, of course, you always need to have someone check you out specifically and see what's going on with your certain
And if you feel, if it's been a while since you've been to a therapist, maybe you've been to a therapist before, but it's been a while and you feel like things are changing, first of all, go to your primary care. Primary care needs to know if you're concerned, if you have healthcare concerns. And then second of all, ask for a referral due to a change in condition. So ask your doctor to refer you to a physical therapist or an occupational therapist or a speech therapist, depending on the situation. So
yes, absolutely.
So that's kind of what we're doing today. We're traveling on the road, rolling with Ruby, heading to Southern Illinois. So we thought we would hop on here and give you a little rundown of what we're doing today.
That's right.
So today is Monday, so we're heading into a brand new week, Sin.
That's right.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. So everybody have a great week, and here's our tagline. We always say, if you can't do it,
adapt it.
That's right. Have a good day.